Hello and welcome back to Oddsparks. In between episodes I completed everything for Tier 5, so we are on to Tier 6 now. You can see we have a whole bunch of missions here for Tier 6. We are actually going to ignore all those right now and work on the train system. The train system we unlocked on Tier 5. So also in between episodes I went through and put supply chests by each ingredient that is needed in the train system. I believe there's 6 of them. We can take a look at the train system right here. It requires timbers, stone plates, ropes, dowsing stones, stone plates, wheels. So I put a supply chest for each one of these. That's what this thing is right here. And that way, as we use them, it should pull out of this supply chest, and then the sparks here will reload them, so we basically won't have to worry about running back to the base to get materials to build our train loop. So the first thing I'm going to do is build a train loop that basically connects our two bases together. So I'm going to just bring it down around here, bring it up around here. We're going to put a train stop here eventually to pick up this rock. Come up here, loop back around, drop off supplies to make rocky sparks, because that is the first thing we're going to try to automate with the train system is rocky sparks. And it's basically going to loop down around and come back around this way. So that's the first step. So let's go ahead and get that started. We have to come down here. And somewhere down here, we'll just put in a train pole here. We can rotate it, we can make it higher, we can make it lower. I'm going to go up too high to start with. Basically, I've got the train loop in. This is the track here. It goes all the way around, comes down, goes right back up, and goes around. So we'll see how that works out. I haven't used trains yet, so we're going to just kind of learn as we go. But I have the track here, and it dips down here. And I think we're going to put a train stop over here. And this will be where it gets fuel. I believe trains need fuel. So we are going to grab this tree over here. Stuck on the pole. There's a tree over here that we can chop. Let's get some of these trees. On this one here. And we'll grab a path over to here. Ramp in here. We'll have logs delivered to here, and then it'll go into the train here, and we will throw a train on the track like this. Alright, let's see if this works. Let's throw a Sparky in the train here to drive it. He will pull forward here. See if he loads up with fuel. Loading him up now. Let's see if it loads it to full. I don't know how much full it is. It must be 40. How much fuel these things can take. Alright, so this obviously isn't going to work. We're going to have to change it to timing mode. This has loading mode. I just have it set to load to full, so that's obviously not going to work because it holds way too much lumber. You can do unloading mode and timer mode. We're going to do timer mode, I think, for this. Set to 20 seconds and see how that works out. I think our train is traveling around the track now, so that's pretty awesome. Next thing we'll work on is getting a stop down here somewhere so that we can load some Stumpy Sparks onto it. I want a train station down here with a... There goes the train now. Just stick it right here, I guess. We're going to want a wagon stop on this one. This will load Stumpy Sparks. So we're going to grab Stumpy Sparks from right here. Load them onto the train. I guess we just have to connect the track up to here. So that's good there. That'll come off. I don't know how we get it to come over here though. Looks like it has a thing here now. Trains with identifiers with the same as those stored here will take the side junction if possible. So like we would put a Stumpy Spark in here, I guess. Okay, that's good. So Stumpy Sparks will go this way. See if we can get over this. Something like this, I guess. Make sure it's the same height, looks good. That's a little strange, but let's see if we can delete this one. That'll work good there. So it looks like that X there, we can have a train line coming in from each side there. So now we got to catch that train somehow and put an identifier on it to come in here. Let's open the train. It has 25 lumber. It's burning through lumber pretty quickly. Let's put one of these on there. That makes it take this sidetrack. And we'll have some stumpy parks being loaded here. Right now it's not going to do anything. Okay, so the train ran out of fuel right before the station here. It is empty. So clearly 20 seconds is not working. Let's try changing this back to full. And let's see if maybe 99 is full, and maybe that way we can judge exactly how much wood it burns coming around the track. So it's at 98. It just keeps going, so that's not great. I don't know how much fuel these things can hold. That's crazy. Alright, so we're going to have to try changing this to 30 seconds? That seems ridiculous. Like if you have 3 trains, that's a minute and a half. I don't know. Something's not right. Let's try 30 seconds and see what happens. That seems crazy though. Okay, so I did some tests. It basically takes almost 30 logs to make the train make an entire loop around the system here. So when it pulls in here, it has used 30 logs to get back to here. It also can load about 30 logs in 30 seconds. So it's not ideal because if we have more than 1 or 2 trains in the system, it's going to take 2 or 3 minutes to load all the trains with fuel. So they'll just be sitting here waiting. Yeah. So it's going to be a couple different options. We could add another fueling stop halfway across the circle. You know, we could add a fueling stop over here. Not a huge fan of that because then they're waiting twice, which is really going to slow down the route. We could also switch to coal. Coal, I believe, burns slower, so it's more efficient, so it lasts longer. We would have to complete this mission here to get coal unlocked. And then we could also switch to hauling sparks, which would load the train a lot faster. I think they have more capacity, but we haven't messed with those yet. They are right here. They require rocky sparks, or a carry spark and a stone wheel. So we would have to automate those, or we could just make a couple of them to get us by. I think what we're going to do is we're going to switch to coal and do hauling sparks. We're not going to put a second fuel stop in. That seems like a waste. So let's try that. Let's go get some rocky sparks. We'll just have to make some manually for now. And we will attack this mission here. The rock Terran shell. So we'll have to find a rock Terran and attack it. I started looking at it, and we're actually going to finish automating the rocky sparks first. We'll just have to manually feed the trains if we have to keep it running, and then we'll work on the coal after that. So let's set up some rocks pickup. So we're going to set up a station over at this one here. This will pick up rocks, and we'll take them up to the shrine. There is a monster up here, so we'll have to go check that out, see if he's in the way. If he's in the way, we'll have to get rid of him and put a scarecrow there so that he doesn't respawn. Let's go take a look at that. Alright, so we got this guy over here. He is very close to the shrine and to the rock formation, but we're going to see if we can build it around there. If he doesn't bother the sparks, we're just going to leave him be so that we can harvest him later. But if he comes in the way, we'll have to fight him. So let's put down the drill. Let's put some crafty sparks in there, but let's wait a minute. Let's get a station in over here. And put down a wagon stop. So that should work out nicely. Let's see if we can hook it up. Looks good there, and that looks good there. We could try full mode here. Let's try full mode here, see what happens. We need to grab this. Put a stone in there. Build another train. Put a wagon on it. Put a spark in there. And give them some fuel. There's 3 slots in there. Why is he not loading? Did I put this on backwards? They do have a direction. Okay, so let's... Alright, let's try this again. Open this track up. Let's put a stone in there so it knows to come over here. Let's put a spark in here. And let's get some fuel. There you go. Stay loading it now. And then next we're going to head over to here and build a station over here. And just drop off the stumpy sparks and the rocks and put in a shrine to make rocky sparks. Over at this platform here, you can see what I've done here. So we also have a problem. I have the first wagon on both trains set to 1 stone, 1 stumpy spark, so we're going to have to change that train to make one of the wagons, the back wagon, be stone, so that we can separate the ingredients. But we'll fix that in a minute. Let's go ahead and build a shrine here. Spark workstation. Put that down there. Let's go make sure that that can do rocky sparks, which it can. Let's do it like this. It's kind of funky, but you'll see why in a minute, because we need path too long. 2 tiles long. Let's grab a zip line. 1 in down here. Rotate these like this. Put 1 down there. I can put 1. Like that. Now we can put a path in here. Path in there. And this will be a path up here. Hard to see. I'll get the sparks out of the way in a minute. Crazy amount of short paths. In fact, we could probably get rid of these, because the zip line itself has some storage in it, so let's get rid of these. So now I gotta do is just change that train around, so that we're gonna just have 1 train. The first tile will be stumpy sparks, the second wagon will be stones, and that way we can set the station up to make them. Then all I have to do is put in a storage down here for rocky sparks. We're gonna have to get some rocky sparks to get rid of this thing here. So the trains have actually run out of fuel, so that'll work out good for us. We can modify them while we sit here. Put a second train on that one. We need to put a stone in here. He actually has fuel, but the guy in front of him probably doesn't. He gets that train going. We gotta go fix that other station real quick. Just delete complete this stuff here. Let's grab a train stop. I don't know if we're going to be able to connect that in. Let's try it. It's too close. So this should pick up rocks now. Set this to loading mode. And we should be good to go. Alright, the train should be coming in here pretty soon. There it comes now. We'll have to set this timer to longer so it loads more rocks. Of course, once we get hauling sparks, that'll fix that problem. And it looks like they're working. So that is actually Rocky Sparks automated. That's pretty awesome. So we definitely need to fix the fuel situation so that it doesn't burn fuel as fast. And we need to fix these carry sparks need to be hauling sparks so that they can unload faster. But we'll get that in due time. Alright, now that we have some Rocky Sparks, let's try to take down some rock terrans so we can get our mission complete to unlock coal. This guy right here is a rock terran. You can see this has a square outline, this has a circle outline. We're going to give it a shot here. They have to take down his shell and then we'll send the rest of the guys in. We'll have to do that twice, I guess. We lost two Rocky Sparks in the process. Looks like we lost all of them. So we lost all but one Rocky Spark, so that's not great. What did he give us though? He did give us 2 rock terran shells, which is what we need. Right over here at the quartz where we're making the dowsing stones, let's go ahead and put down a delivery chest for the Mason sisters. Let's just grab all this and drop it off. We'll have to clean up my inventory here. Get rid of this. Really get rid of the wheels because those are in a supply chest. Get rid of the coral. That mission turned in, we completed the furnace mission. We can now build a furnace, but they unfortunately require rock terran shells, so we're going to have to battle a couple rock terrans to get some shells so we can get some furnaces up and running. So I guess we'll give this one another go. He's respawned already. Get our guys lined up. We need the Rocky Sparks to get his shell off, and then we will send in the other troops. Right, we've got some rock terran shells. Let's go ahead and put down a furnace. Just put one down to see what the numbers are on it here. Put 2 crafty sparks in there. Alright, so it looks like it uses 12 per minute. So this furnace here, it burns wood at 12 per minute, but it actually consumes, it makes coal 22.5 cycles per minute, so that would consume roughly 68 logs per minute, plus the 12 for fuel, so that would be 80 logs per minute that this furnace is going to consume. So we can only supply one of them. We'll see if that's enough to keep the trains going. But let's just put one down close to the lumber here, so that way it doesn't have to carry the lumber too far. We might as well put it like right here. Alright, let's grab this train here. Let's remove all the fuel from it. Now start putting coal in it now. Looks like it only burns 2 per minute, so that's pretty awesome instead of 12. So it'll definitely last longer. We're going to let them load up, 20 coal, and then we'll send it on its way. This is the coal setup over here, not much to it, just drops off. It does have a separate port for fuel and for lumber, but we're just delivering both of them since it works out. It uses basically one full. Uses 80 per minute, and this does 90 per minute. So it'll keep up with one furnace here, and they just grab the coal and take it over to the station. So we have our trains operating on coal now, so that's pretty awesome. So next episode we'll take a look at doing hauling sparks and maybe start working on some of these missions here. But we're probably definitely going to do hauling sparks next, I think. So that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.